So we obviously have some things to talk about regarding Monday's video where we took delivery of a 2011 C6 ZR1 Corvette, also known as one of my dream cars. It's an American supercar V8 LS9 boosted from the factory. Reason why I got to go and classify this as the American supercar is because the MSRP back in 2011 was roughly $130,000, and I mean, it's a ZR1, man. It is loaded with carbon. It makes insane power with the LS9 and the blower. To be quite frank, it's probably one of the best V8 American cars that has ever been produced. But let's face it, in 2024, we've obviously seen many different V8 platforms, and of course, technology has come a long way. Especially when you throw in the mix of the C7 ZR1, that is a whole different beast in itself, but we can't forget, the C6 ZR1 came first, and this really set the bar. I was extremely excited Monday to release that video showcasing delivery of the C6 ZR1. It has been an absolute movie. I still can't believe it. I'll come out at night still. I did it again last night, and I'll just look at the car, sit in the car, and just take it all in. It's probably one of the first cars that have really like just blown my socks off in every which way, because not only does it look insane, but the driving experience with the ZR1 is just, I've never driven anything like it in my life. I have driven a few C6s. Matter of fact, one of them was like a base C6, but it had head cam intake, and it made about almost the same power as this, I think. The power to weight ratio in that car was really an eye-opener, but I'm still a Mustang guy. I'm still a Ford guy at heart, which also reminds me for the people that abandoned ship on Monday because your boy worked extremely hard to obtain a dream car to just have fun with. No joke, we went through a breakup with some viewers, and they were heartbroken, like super soft and just so sad. Never typically do this, but it's a little ridiculous, guys. I think a lot of you actually forget we have one Mustang, okay? We have Lucifer still. And did I mention we have his older brother, Blue 2 valve? Oh, wait a minute. Let's also not forget the Mustang I bought about 4 months ago, the S650, which if you're watching this video, the Whipple will be here Friday. We still have the 2024 10R80, soon to be Whipple charged S650, which the content is just about to begin with this thing. And would you look at that? We have my best friend slash employees boosted Boss 302 on the channel. My, oh my, how could I forget? We also have a 2014 Shelby GT500, which Jordan and I have been modifying, driving, and this thing, insane. And with this GT500, guys, for those that don't know, you have the opportunity right now to get entered to take this Shelby home come November 1st and $10,000 in cash. On the website, dbpsquad.shop, we're running 50 times entries for every $1 spent on the merchandise to get entered to take this home. Head to the link in the description, dbpsquad.shop, go cop just one shirt, and who knows, you might be getting that phone call come November 1st to take the title, the car, 10,000 cash, and to come make content with us. Those comments really got me thinking. And one of the things I have officially learned that no matter what you do, what you have, somebody will always find something to bitch and moan and be super soft hands about. And the only reason why I'm mentioning this in today's video is because I just want to say, see you the f later. We are not having any of that energy on this channel, man. That's insane. So take a good look as to why you're crying, guys. C6 ZR1. This is seriously hurting a lot of your internet feelings. And for my adults that watch the videos, not only for the cars, but for myself, and just love to tap in and see what we got going on. You guys are literally the reason why I do this, because I'm able to share my life, my experiences, and that's what it's really all about. What in the heck do you got going on, brother?
You know, we got something cooking up always. Yeah,
what is going on?
It looks so smooth, so fresh, so clean. I'm trying to get to a bolt that's really hard to reach. The only way to do that is to customize your own tools.
In one of the recent videos, we told you guys that we were going to be installing a blow-off valve. This is actually the Max Flow race blow-off valve, the same exact one that Lucifer is running, and that's what gives you like the jet noises. This blow-off valve is honestly goated, but if you can see it, it is right there. I don't know how well that comes through, but it's the Max Flow race blow-off valve with the Paxton. Sounds amazing, and that's what makes it whistle. So Jordan bought one about a year and a half ago thinking he was going to install it, and today was that day, until you've obviously seen Lucifer driving around. You've heard the car. It whistles. It has that Paxton 5.0 Coyote, that the perfect setup. But Jordan's car kind of does the opposite, which is odd, and we can't really figure out why. So we'll let Jordan do his thing on that, get that blow-off valve switched, and I guess this is the perfect time for us to have our conversation. It's just gotta happen. To be real with y'all, I really didn't expect to be making this video this month. Actually, I didn't expect to be making this video for a very long time. If you caught Monday's video where we took delivery of, you know, the C6 ZR1, it kind of goes more into detail as to why exactly I have to make this video today. One of the main things I've learned in life is it's all about right time, right place. It's all about risk, and it's all about going for your dreams and going for your goals. The more and more time goes on and the years pass, and you know, I'm coming up on 10 years on doing this whole YouTube thing, I have just simply been programmed to do that, and I'm addicted to it. It's an addiction you can't really explain until you're there yourself, and it's just one of those things. In the past on the channel, I've always mentioned on how I've wanted a Corvette, and for some reason, I am just a die-hard yellow when it comes to the Corvette. A C5 Z06 in yellow, that's like another car I want. I've always wanted a C6 Z06 in yellow, C7 Z06 in yellow, like everything about a Corvette in yellow, it's just like, it's my go-to. But pretty much when you have not only a rare C6 ZR1 in Velocity yellow, but my legitimate dream spec, which isn't a Z06. I mean, that was what I was gonna aim for because I could afford that. But the fact that I got this ZR1 for $57,000 and it was obtainable at the time, I have to do what I gotta do, and that's why we're here today. We picked the car up, obviously, which, yes, the C6 ZR1 is Maverick's replacement. I'm completely like taken back by this at the same time. Like, a lot of people don't understand that this isn't something that I was on board like 1000%. Like, there was days that went by to where I was battling myself, and you can ask all my friends, you can ask Romina. I was flip-flopping back and forth. Like, one day I'm like, nah, I don't need the Vet, and then the next day I'm like, well, dang, if I don't buy this Corvette, I will just simply never in my life get to experience owning a C6 Corvette. Because think about this, let's say I passed up on this deal. Kevin and his family were selling this car regardless. I just so happened to be the first one that was informed about it before it actually hit the market. But let's just say I passed on it, okay? And we kept Maverick, which I hate to be like this, but Maverick is a Gen 3 Coyote with a Tremec. It's a Mach 1. And let's say next week I wanted to buy another one. Guess what? I'm gonna find one that's reasonably priced. On the other hand though, if I passed up on the ZR1 in the future, let's say I had like my eggs in a row and I was like, okay, I want a Corvette. I want a C6 Corvette finally in yellow. Well, in that point in time, I'll have to keep in the back of my head like, oh, well, guess what? Now I have to settle for a Z06 and not a ZR1 because of the deal that I was given with this and the overall price tag. Like, the price tag of a ZR1 is just not cheap, man. It's just not. That's really what made my decision up. If I would have passed up on this car, I simply would have never bought a C6 Corvette in my life. Long story short, that's kind of where my mind and headspace was with this whole thing. I didn't want to go and sell this car. Maverick has been one of my most favorite cars I've ever owned. It does everything that I wanted to do, but it was kind of a now or never, and I'm a risk taker. I want to experience, because when I'm laying on my deathbed one day, I'm simply going to be able to say, yes, I owned a C6 ZR1, I owned Lucifer, I owned Blue 2 valve, I owned a Mach 1 handling pack, we've owned a C7 Corvette, an S650, and you know, I've had tons of experiences in life. So that's like the way I look at it. That's kind of where I'm at with it all, honestly. And you know, I feel like a lot of you will totally understand that. That's why the ZR1 is going to be the replacement of Maverick, because this is a handling car, this is a handling car, this is a Gen 3 Coyote that I can again buy in the future if I really do want to get back into this, but I've kind of had bigger plans. There is one Mustang in particular that has definitely been on my bucket list, and you know, the way I play my cards, I always come out on top for the most part. Let's say we have the ZR1 for a year, year and a half, 2 years. There's no telling, I don't know. Let's say we own the ZR1 at the price that I purchased it for, okay? Years from now, Derek gets a wild hair up his ass like I always do, and I think it's time to move on from Rocket, the ZR1. It is a one owner, 56,000 miles. It's an 11 Velocity yellow. It's seriously like one of those specs that will sell quick. I can list this for sale, not only make my money back, but make a hefty little profit, and then I could potentially take that money and buy my ultimate Gen 2 Shelby GT350R, which I will own one day. Don't get me wrong, like, we're gonna enjoy this car. I'm not even thinking about selling it, and I've actually gotten offered a pretty hefty lump sum of cash from another big YouTuber. I'm not gonna say his name, but he did offer me a lot more than what I paid for this vehicle, and I just can't do it because the experience alone is worth more than a dollar figure, in my opinion. Maybe this vehicle is one I end up dying with. I mean, it is a ZR1. It's going to be pretty hard to top, but again, I'm all about experiences, and at the end of the day, it's just a vehicle. It's just a car. And that kind of plays into my job, and I've been learning a lot lately. Like, ever since I bought that white car, that was a huge risk, a huge gamble, but we have been leveling up, and it really was an eye-opener that I just need to start taking more risk, getting myself out there and just having more fun with different cars. And I've never tapped into the Chevy world before, and that's kind of why I was jawing a little bit in the beginning of this video, because just because I own my first Chevy ever, a ZR1, you guys are faulting me for that. Like, the guys in the comments that are hating on that is crazy. This is my first Chevy ever, and it's a C6 ZR1. Let that sink in. That C7 over there is my wife's. That is her car, hence why we have never done anything really to it. I've never done Chevy content, and I'm a Ford guy, man. Like, I have 4 Mustangs still, 4. It's obviously no secret. The car pretty much broke the internet when I first got it. It was an fender bender. It was a minor fender bender, but I am beyond meticulous. You guys know me, I'm OCD as hell. It was fixed properly, all OEM parts, painted, wet sanded, PPF'd. You will never know, and the price I'm asking reflects that. So I did take that into consideration. I did hire a lawyer and stuff. I got diminished value. This is what it came out to be, and that's taken off the price already. So I'm not trying to get over on somebody, not trying to hide the past. We all know, but just know, your boy, I take good care of my stuff. Ask anybody, you would never even know. It's perfect, like perfect. Let's take this in while we can. Look at these two together though. They look absolutely stunning. If anybody watching right now is interested in Maverick, it'd be cool to have you come out, pick up the car. We could do some filming and stuff. Send me an email, derekbarronproductions@gmail.com. And for the love of God, please, guys, do not waste my time. You know for a fact you can't buy this or get finance for it if you have 400 credit. Don't even email. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I've had 2 people already saying, I'm committed, I'm game, and then last second, it's like, oh, I can't figure this out. Just save us the hassle, man. It's a beautiful car. It just needs an awesome home. I've never seen this one before, but it has to be some sort of OG.
What we're seeing here, old, new. Obviously there's a little differences here and there, but this filter was actually not even attached. When I showed Derek the other day, I was like, what is that down there? Like, I see something, and we saw that it was some sort of filter. But this is the old Max Flow Vortec. We're assuming is maybe like an OG design. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I've never seen that, especially with the filter. Like, I've just simply never seen a blow-off valve like this.
I mean, I guess it's similar, but like the way that this dissipates air is not singular in that direction. It's everywhere.
This filter, no joke, was detached and it was just laying on the K-member. This is fantastic news though, because now we know it's an older model and the new one is about to start singing. Are you gonna be able to get this thing back in?
Yeah. Don't ever change your blow-off valve without a slim fan setup.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Might be pretty fun. With all this Corvette talk, you may be able to tell we lowered Karma C7 and she is scraping now. We went ahead and actually removed the springs out of the car so we could get the max lower. I'm just kidding, guys. We actually are finally getting new tires put on this thing. They were rubber bands, they were ugly. I'm not gonna point fingers, all right? But I mean, I told Romina, gotta be careful. You have to watch out for like the manholes, you gotta watch out for potholes. That tire was blown. We're just gonna blame it on they were dry rotted or something. Okay, this stance is pretty wicked.
I got one bolt in.
Is it hard bolt?
No.
Well, it has been a fun couple hours, so to speak. We're still here at the Boss 302. We have tools everywhere, we have parts everywhere, and we are currently removing a Paxonovi 2200 SL head unit. Throttle body's off. It has been a monstrosity. What was supposed to be just a blow-off valve swap has turned into, no joke, a 4 or 5 hour ordeal. And we may be halfway through it right now. We just pulled the bolts to the head unit. Jordan's working on the last one now, and then hopefully we can get to the blow-off valve and actually tighten it up, because we somehow got it mounted. We just cannot get it tight. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys an update here in a little bit. Head unit's out. My God, we literally caused all of this mess here just to get access to that blow-off valve and tighten that thing up. That is literally all we did this for. If there wasn't such a big chunky fan from the factory, this would have been a lot easier. We're not gonna talk about it. We got the first start with the new Max Flow Race blow-off valve on Jordan's Boss 302. It was a journey.
If you have a stock fan in your vehicle and it's pro charged,
get rid of it.
Either get rid of it or don't change your blow-off valve.
Dude, it's been a mess. Oh yeah, I heard her as soon as you started it.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
I couldn't hear it. Oh yeah.
You happy with that?
I'd have to drive it.
Oh, we're gonna drive it.
Spin?
Yeah, let's go for a spin. Let me lock up. Right when you get it to about 15 to 2,000. Oh yeah, dude, you gotta love that in a Paxton setup.
Okay.
It's addicting, bro. I promise you.
That's way different.
I told you.
To think that that one says Max Flow Race as
That's
well.
their OG one, dude. That's gotta be like their Gen 1 version for sure.
Wow.
It sounds sick.
Good.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, dude. That sounds sick.
That's so crazy.
It's so different too. My blower has the straight cut gear set, so the blower is really loud.
Yeah,
this
I
one,
like this.
yeah, no, all you hear is whistling from the blow-off valve on this setup, so it sounds sick. God. Yo, that thing sounds insane, dude.
That's so loud.
Bro, that sounds sick.
That's so cool. Dog. Bro. I'm so glad. I know it was a pain today. I apologize in advance. Wow, that sounds so good.
Bro, that thing sounds wicked.
That changed this car like completely.
It's more fun to drive, isn't it?
Dude.
Just because it's like, oh yeah, I'm boosted, bitch. And it's a boss. Fuck off.
You want me to go past here?
Yeah. Pull me up there. Yep, pull me up there. My man is wild. He's not gonna know how to act with this new blow-off valve, bro. It's one of the best things ever when you have a boosted Coyote. Is seriously a Paxton Max Flow Race setup. It's just the best. You get the whistle, you get the blower sounds, and it's just so intoxicating. And this is his first time with it, so. Hello, sir. I'd like to fly Boss Airlines 101.
Dude, that's so insane. It's so loud. It's so cool.
Oh, you're wildin'.
That sounds good.
It's so loud, dude. Oh my God. Well, man, that's a success right there. She was a little pain today, but she sounds good. She's Mustang Week ready. Almost ready. Almost ready. Sounds like a complete fighter jet right now. We'll have to take out the Boss and Lucifer and go race some hell. Dude, both whistles with
next to each other is gonna be insanely loud.
God. Since that took so long today, we were actually unable to go grab the rears for Karma, but we're gonna knock that out in the morning. So guys, I'm gonna get some sleep. See you guys in like a second. All right, new day, new me. Is that the saying? Jordan just got back and picked up the new tires for Karma. And the rears here, don't mind the center cap, Discount Tire really sold us out today. We went with a different size tire in the rear to really fill it in, and it's definitely more meatier. So these are 305 30/20s, which the other rubber bands that were on the car were 305 25/20s. That's why the tire was like that big. That looks so much better. Now we just have to pull the car out. I'm gonna wash it while he takes the fronts, and Romina should be happy. Oh, and don't mind that box over there. That's for another video. Are we a Chevy channel now? What is this? Just kidding. Ford for life, but I can appreciate a Corvette. That's that Chevy torque for you. You be doing wheelies. So about an hour later, we have Karma C7 all washed up, and better yet, it has new tires. And we just took it for a test drive. This thing is skating. It feels so good. This is the first time the car has gotten new tires in our ownership, and we went with the Yokohamas because the Yokohamas was one of the only tire brands that, for one, have a nice aggressive look, but they also had the rear size we were looking for. Like I said, it had a 25 sidewall. It was too thin. It looked too tiny. We were able to get away with a 305 30/20, and I mean, it did exactly what we were hoping it would do. Test drive went well.
Test drive felt good.
Dude, that thing feels good, don't it?
Ride.
I was impressed with how this thing handled. It's the first time I've ever felt the car handle like that. Major W today. Karma's back. I know the wifey is gonna be very stoked, and you know, since I washed it for her, I thought it was appropriate that, you know, we pull in Karma C7 next to the ZR1 for the first time, and we'll have mustard and ketchup big chillin'. Talk about couple goals, man. Even though they're not the Mustangs for the channel, but a yellow ZR1 and then a red C7 for the wife. This is so cool to see. Chevy's in the garage is kind of wicked right now, but I just had to see what it looked like, and I'll be honest, I'm not disappointed. I have to go and send a data log for Blue 2 valve. That car will be finalized here shortly, and we will be ripping and skipping in that in no time. Other than that, guys, make sure you head to the link in the description and go get your 50 times entries to potentially win this Shelby GT500 with 10,000 cash come November 1st. Somebody's going to be getting the phone call to get flown out to my house and come pick this thing up. Just imagine getting that phone call to come grab your Shelby, to come film with the cars and road trip this thing home with a pocket full of money. I'm honestly pretty nervous to make that call. It's going to be a really cool feeling, so I'm looking forward to it. For those also watching in the market for an amazing Mustang, Maverick is available. Somebody please come pick her up. Link in the description to the listing. It's an amazing car. It's looking for a great home, and please, guys, just don't waste any time. If you're serious, hit me up. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Thank you so much, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and drop a like up on this video. I'll catch you guys Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time for another video. Much love, fam, and deuces.